Most founders, they pour every ounce of their energy into one big idea. But today, we're going to look at the complete opposite approach. We're going to break down how Katie Keith built an absolute empire of 20 different software apps that are pulling in $1.8 million a year. Let's get into it.
So that's the real question, right? How in the world does one person build and manage 20 separate apps? While pretty much every other founder is betting it all on a single idea, this story is all about the power of going wide instead of just going deep.
Okay, let's just start with that jaw-dropping number. The total annual revenue? $1.8 million. And look, this isn't from some single viral hit. This is an empire that was built piece by piece from a whole portfolio of apps. And here's how that empire is structured. All that revenue comes from a portfolio of 20 different software apps. I mean, this is a strategy built on diversification, really. It's like a collection of small, targeted bets that just compound over time. Now, if you break that down, it averages out to about $150,000 in revenue every single month. Of course, it goes up and down. It's higher in busy months, like November, a little lower in the quiet ones. But what it shows is this clear pattern of consistent, predictable income.
So how is this business actually structured? What are these apps and where is the money really coming from? Let's pull back the curtain and get into the nuts and bolts of this $1.8 million portfolio.
Take a look at this revenue breakdown. That huge purple slice of the pie, well, it tells the whole story. 90% of the income comes from 19 WordPress plugins. These are just small, focused tools that add a very specific function to a website. And then a new Shopify app and some affiliate income just round out the rest.
And the numbers behind the portfolio? They're just as impressive. We're talking nearly $10 million in lifetime sales. Her plugins are running on over 90,000 websites right now. She's got 17,000 active subscribers paying her annually. And get this, about 15% of revenue comes from lifetime deals. That's when a customer pays a bigger one-time fee for permanent access. This is a super healthy, mature business.
All right, so we know what the business looks like today. But how did it all begin? I mean, every portfolio starts with that very first idea. So let's take a look at where those crucial first products actually came from. This is just a fantastic lesson in finding ideas. The first two came from two totally different but very replicable sources. Plugin number one, it solved a problem that people were actively voting for on a forum. That's a clear, validated market gap right there. Plugin number two was born from a custom project for a client, which she then turned into a product for everyone.
So here's the crucial point. Once the first products were out there in the world, the best source of new ideas became the customers themselves. They'd request new features, and sometimes those requests were so big, they actually became entirely new, separate plugins. The key was just to launch and then listen very, very carefully.
Okay, so you have a few products. Now you need customers, like thousands of them. Let's dig into the growth strategy here. It's a really powerful two-part engine that fueled the entire operation. Part one is all about organic search. Because her first plugin was literally the only solution for a specific problem, she wrote genuinely helpful tutorials about it. By targeting these super niche keywords, that's SEO focused on very specific search terms, she ranked at the top of Google almost immediately and got her first sales within just a matter of days. Now, this is where having a whole portfolio strategy really pays off. Part two is just aggressive cross-promotion. Because her products solve related problems for the same kind of customer, she can bundle them together, upsell them at checkout, and even use banners inside the plugins to introduce users to her other tools. It's brilliant. And here's a really specific, powerful tactic she uses. 3 days after someone makes a purchase, they get a targeted email offering them 50% off their next plugin. It's such a smart way to turn a one-time buyer into a repeat customer by recommending a highly relevant complementary product. So knowing everything she knows now, how would Katie build this exact business if she were starting all over again today? Well, here it is, her modern 5-step playbook for building a multi-product software company. Let's just walk through this playbook, okay? Step 1, start with what you know. Focus on an area where you have real expertise. Step 2, generate a handful of ideas that serve a similar market. This is so key for cross-promotion later on. Step 3, and this is so critical, launch only one product first. Give it your full, undivided attention. Step 4, when you launch your second product, market it to new customers, but also cross-promote it directly to the user base you already have. And finally, Step 5, repeat. You just continue this cycle, building out your portfolio one focused product at a time. So what does it actually take to run a business like this day to day?
Let's look at the surprisingly simple tech stack that's powering this empire, and then we'll finish up with Katie's single most important piece of advice.
You know, the toolkit is surprisingly lean. I mean, for a nearly $2 million business, this is it. ClickUp for all project management, GitHub for code, Zapier for all the automations. The company website runs on WordPress, naturally, and the e-commerce engine is a plugin called Easy Digital Downloads, which handles all the sales and licensing for just a few $100 a year.
And her final piece of advice? It couldn't be more direct. She says, just do it. The whole point is that nothing happens until you launch something. Even if that first product isn't some massive success, the experience, the feedback, and the feature requests, that's what's going to unlock all your future opportunities.
Okay, that was a ton of high-density information, I know. Let's try and crystallize everything we just covered into the key actionable takeaways from this amazing story.
So, what are the big lessons here? First off, a portfolio of small bets can be way more powerful and a lot less risky than one big one. Second, your first ideas are literally all around you. They're in online forums, in custom client work, or even in your own frustrations. Third, the most powerful growth engine combines that niche SEO to get the first customer with smart cross-promotion to get the second, third, and fourth sale. Fourth, build methodically. Focus on one product at a time to give it the attention it really deserves. And finally, the most important step is simply to launch, because once you're in the game starts sending all new opportunities your way.